So I want to talk a little bit about motivation. Whether you're working on your project or an assignment or a course, or even just thinking about working on a degree, something large scale, right? Motivation can kind of come and go. I've noticed over the years that sometimes I have to stop and stand back and examine my own process and my own journey in response to my goals and what I want to do overall. And as a counselor and a counselor educator, I can tell you motivation comes and goes. There are times when we really feel it, spike and we feel really motivated already. And there are times that it drops. And I think that's just a part of the human process. And so I really want to encourage you to stop and examine yourself as you kind of go through your own journey towards your degree and towards working on becoming a counselor and how you're responding to your process. So what do I mean by that? Sometimes I have to stop and go, how is this helping me overall? Instead of just looking at it here in this one moment. And when my motivation drops, I often think about a story that I was once told. And so I really want to share that story with you in case you find it helpful. So a man came across three masons, and they were working at chipping chunks of granite from large blocks. So the man asked the first mason, what are you doing? Because he looked very unhappy. He was chipping away at his blocks. He kept looking at his watch every 5 minutes. And the man kind of said in a very grumpy way, like, I'm hammering this stupid rock and I just can't wait till it's 5 o'clock and I'm done with this. So the man went to the second mason. He seemed a little more interested in his work. He was hammering a little more diligently. And when he said, what are you doing? He said, well, I'm molding this block and it's going to be used with others and it's going to construct a wall. It's not bad work, but I'll be glad when it's done. So the man went to the third mason, and the third mason was very different. He was being very diligent in his hammering. You could tell every now and then he would chip off small pieces until he was really satisfied with the way it looked. Sometimes he'd even stop and take a step back and he'd admire his work. And wanting to do the best he could do, that was kind of shining through. So when the man asked the third mason, what are you doing? He stopped and he gazed at his work and he looked up at the sky and he says, I am building a cathedral. The third man was connected to the vision of what his work was doing overall. He knew that the end result was something big and he was working towards it, doing the best he could do. Sometimes when my motivation drops, I think about the story and how as a counselor, we are really here to help the world become a better place in each small way, working with one person, right? Helping people through pain, helping people heal. It's a pretty amazing and rewarding career. So when your motivation drops, I want you to think about the story as well and examine your own process. Which mason are you? And how are you responding to this journey that you're going through? I hope this is helpful.